That's the way I'd like to do it with my own children. I think that's the way most parents would like to do it with their children.
Is there any roster attrition for the spring? Any players go off?
Not any. I mean, I think everybody knows about the Charles Baldwin situation, so we will announce these things when they come. I mean, look, I appreciate what you all have to do, but I don't know why we can't do our job and release things in the appropriate fashion.
Nick, last night you were at the Kerry Good Foundation event. I guess, can you speak to your relationship with him? And you reached out to him originally when he was diagnosed and made some advances with Emory. And why'd you do that?
Well, because, you know, Kerry Good is someone who's been a great ambassador for the University of Alabama. I think, you know, his family has contributed with four brothers playing at the university to the tradition of the school in a you know, really positive, huge way. And I think that's what makes the University of Alabama special, is people are interested in, you know, taking care of our own in a way, in terms of the loyalty that we have with the people who have been involved in the program. And you know, this is, you know, we've had two guys now, Kevin Turner and now Kerry Good, that has suffered from this disease. And you know, Lou Gehrig disease, you know, his great speech in Yankee Stadium was 77 years ago, and it doesn't seem like we have a whole lot better way of dealing with this disease now than what we had then. So this is one of the things that we want to try to be an advocate of, so that you know, maybe someone in the future can benefit, and I'm sure that's what Kerry's, you know, goal and purpose is, in terms of bringing awareness to this, so that maybe we can make progress in the future.
Coach, you've been a proponent of having a college football commissioner. A little while back, you didn't have any candidates, but this is the political season. You have any you would like to endorse? Somebody you have in mind? You know,
no, I don't endorse anybody for it. I don't endorse anybody for president. I don't endorse anybody for college football commissioner. I just think that philosophically, it's not about who. To me, it's about. I think there are issues, whether it's issues with the NFL relative to the number of players that come out for the draft, or whether it's player safety rules that we have in college football, whether it's things like, you know, these camps that we're having all over the place that are going to take a significant amount of time away from coaches being away from campus, when, you know, you hope that you would be able to spend some time with your own players and developing your own team. So there's a lot of issues that maybe somebody who just looked at everything from the top of the house and never really looked at it from their conference standpoint, or what their agenda might be as a program, would be beneficial. And I know this is very difficult for the NCAA to do, because you really need to get people who are sort of aware of what's happening, that have experience in the game and can anticipate some of the unintended consequences we have of some of the things that we do.
Are there any one more here, guys? Issues you're hoping to bring up at Destin in a few weeks?
You know, not really. I'm sure we'll discuss some of the things that you know, I just mentioned. But I also think that there's a place for 10, you know, coaches, you know, on a staff. I think the numbers just work out better with the special teams coach, that you can have 9 and a special teams coach. And you know, I've also brought up the fact that if we're going to change how we recruit, and we're going to have satellite camps all over the country that coaches are going to be required to go to, kind of like we went through 25 years ago, when we used to go to college all-star games all summer, and my wife was beating me over the head, and I could never see the players that I coached, because going to all-star games everywhere in the country. Well, can't do that anymore, but now we're going to go do satellite camps. And every high school that's got a prospect is going to have a satellite camp, and every coach in the country is going to be expected to be there. And all these things happening are going to create a circumstance where this is time that we spent with our players. And I still believe that it's most beneficial to have people come to your campus, not for recruiting purposes, but, you know, our camp is not a tryout camp. You know, it is actually a 3-day camp where we try to enhance the development of football players. so they can improve and play better for their team. And they get exposed to the way we do things at the University of Alabama, so that might have some benefit in the future. So there's a lot of things that I'm sure we'll talk about, but I'm kind of looking forward to hearing what everybody else has to say about it.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.